Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our service. This evening, we'll be using our Shabbat Unplugged service. If you're on our live stream page, you can find a link to download the service at the top of the page. Just click on the link, and you can view it on your device or print it out. We're going to begin with Shalom Aleichem as we welcome the Shabbat angels on the top of page 1.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We welcome Shabbat now with the kindling of the Sabbath lights. If you have your candles set up at home, I invite you to light them with me.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We'll continue now with the songs of Kabbalat Shabbat. We'll try to bring a little bit of joy into this beginning of Shabbat with the singing of Lechu Neranena, which is on the bottom of page 1.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria l'tzur yishenu, l'kadmach panav b'todah. Naria, naria l'tzur yishenu, peace mirov naria lo. לקדמה פניו בתודה. נריע, נריע לצור אישנו, בזמיריו נריע לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ. שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ. שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ. שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ. שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו.
We continue on page 2 with the singing of Lecha Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, yishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litfilah. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi makor habracha. Meirosh mikadem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech umiori, uri, uri, shir tamiri, kevod Adonai alai itila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי chala boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. God, we come before you a diverse assembly, a patchwork of pressures and anxieties. Many of us are tired. Many of us are alone. Many of us feel imprisoned by the shackles of the weekday world. Refresh us, comfort us, free us. Help us make that hard passage from time past to time now. Help us to live in your presence. Help us to find peace, the eternal promise of Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor shir Yom HaShabbat ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבר, עלי היגיון בכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מה גדלו מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מה גדלו מעשיך מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. צדיק אתה אמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צור יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל. שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו amen. We rise for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. Bechokma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil bein yom uvein laila, Adonai tzavaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch alenu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ham'ariv aravim. Akein Adonai Eloheinu ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד, שם כבוד, מלכותו לעולם, לעולם ועד. Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Loving life and its mysterious source with all our heart and all our spirit, all our senses and strength, we take upon ourselves and into ourselves these promises: to care for the earth and those who live upon it, to pursue justice and peace, to love kindness and compassion. We will teach this to our children throughout the passages of the day, as we dwell in our homes and as we go on our journeys, from the time we rise until we fall asleep. And may our actions be faithful to our words, that our children's children may live to know. Truth and kindness have embraced, peace and justice have kissed, and are one.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. ידדי די 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 ידדי די די ידדי די 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 ידדי די 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 ידדי די די ידדי די ידדי די די. ונאמר כי יפד אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו מגנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו מגנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו
have gathered in this sacred space to celebrate Shabbat together. Our ancestors created Shabbat to be an island of quiet in a tumultuous and frantic world. Once each week, we are invited to pause and set aside our routines, that we might refresh our spirits and renew within us that vision of our highest self. Through Shabbat rest and worship, we are called upon to remember that we alone have the power to create a life that transcends the ordinary. In these moments of quiet, we reflect upon the meaning of our lives. We celebrate Shabbat with the singing of Vishamru on page 7. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We rise for the tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah ve'Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'Konei Hakol Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imachot U'Mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem Le'ma'an Shemo be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia מקלקל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך? מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please be seated. Enable us to find rest on Shabbat. Renew us and inspire us to act with an open heart, with honesty and truth. Let all generations cherish the gift of Shabbat, a sign of your eternal love. Praised are you, Eternal One, for creating sacred moments. Let us rejoice in the light of day, in the glory and warmth of the sun, in the reawakening of life to duty and labor. We rejoice in the light of day. In the quiet night, with its rest from toil and its revelation of worlds beyond the dark, we rejoice in the peace of night. In the earth with its hills and valleys, its widespread field of grain, its fruit and hidden treasures, we rejoice in the beauty of earth. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Tasim Leolam Tasim Bring complete and lasting peace to Israel, your people, for you are the master of peace who rules over all. Let it be good in your eyes to bless Israel, your people, every season, every hour with your peace. Blessed are you, Eternal One. You bless your people, Israel, with peace. We pause now to think of those in our congregational community who are in need of healing. We hold them in our hearts, all of our loved ones, as we join together in Heal Us Now, our prayer for healing. Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei Raphael Hoshienu b'ni v'sheya El karov l'chol korav ach karov lireyav yishor We pray for healing of the body. We pray for healing of the soul, for strength of flesh and mind and spirit. We pray to once again be whole. Hail Narifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, refuat shalema. El Narifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, refuat shalema. Heal us now. Heal us now. Heal us now. We pause now for a moment of silent prayer. והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני Rabbi Sam is on vacation this week and next week, so I will be sharing some thoughts on this week's Torah portion, Parashat Ki Tisa. Just a few weeks ago, our family was faced with a difficult decision. Columbus City Schools was finally implementing their plan to send students back to school in person after having them learning at home for nearly a year. Our children had been enrolled in the hybrid option since September, but the students were never sent back to school, and everyone was learning virtually with their teachers on Zoom every day. Our children had adapted well to the system, and everything was going as well as possible. When we had enrolled them in the hybrid option, the honest truth is, we were hoping the district would not go back to the school buildings until it was safe, and for most of the year that proved to be true. In Columbus, the fully virtual model that's offered does not provide differentiated education and does not use real teachers, just a computer program, and we really didn't think that would be the best option for our kids. We did everything we could think of to make the best decision for our family. We emailed the school board. We spoke to our principal. We spoke to the kids' teachers. We spoke to the principal of the virtual school and other representatives in the virtual school. It was a process fraught with anxiety and fear. I felt angry that our children's successful pandemic reality was being taken away from them. I was scared that what was coming next, with so little teacher interaction, would not work, and I was worried for their mental health. After speaking with everyone we could think of, we felt we really had only one choice that would meet our family's needs for COVID safety, and we enrolled them in the virtual school. But we honestly had no confidence that it would be the right choice for their emotional health. In this week's Torah portion, Ki Tisa, Moses implements a plan he is sure will work. After all, the plan was given by God. He leaves the people with his brother Aaron at the bottom of the mountain and ascends the mountain to speak with God. But when he comes back down, carrying the 2 tablets containing the 10 Commandments, he finds total chaos. The Israelites singing and dancing with a golden calf they had created under Aaron's supervision. He hurls the tablets to the ground in anger, breaking them. In the aftermath of this angry outburst, the golden calf is destroyed, thousands of people are killed, and even after that, a plague is sent on the people that remained. After all this, Moses has a crisis of leadership and needs to be counseled by God. He ascends the mountain once again and needs to start over, carving a second set of tablets. Moses and the Israelites faced so much uncertainty in the wilderness. There was anxiety, there was anger, there was even longing for what used to be back in Egypt. There were decisions made that seemed right at the time, that seemed to follow God's command, only to find that down the road they didn't work out, and they needed to start over and try again. This story from our Parsha this week is complicated, and commentators through the years have diverse interpretations of what was going on. we find that the canonization of this story lends a holiness to the messy truth about human feelings and reactions. In Moses' absence, the people panic. Even his brother Aaron, a priest, is misguided in his leadership. And our great leader Moses totally loses it and smashes the tablets. Torah commentator Nahama Leibovitz interprets the story in this way. God approved of Moses' action and said, "More power to you for having broken them." People and actions are holy, not tablets. God cares about how we act. Everyone in my house is actually doing well. Against the odds, no one has freaked out or gotten angry at what was taken away. We navigated some intense anxiety and adjustment pains as we began our journey in the wilderness of virtual school. I guess sometimes the tablets need to be smashed so that a new way forward can emerge. We certainly carry forward with us all that we gathered in the past 6 months, the knowledge gained, the relationships nurtured, the resilience cultivated. The Israelites kept the broken pieces of the first set of tablets. They kept them in a special place and they carried them on their journey. Their brokenness was a reminder that holiness comes in all guises, and remembering our past experiences makes us stronger for the future. Most of us cannot wait to move on from this pandemic existence, to smash it and leave it behind. But let us not forget that the experiences we have during this time have the power to change us for the better, to teach us lessons we never otherwise would have learned. In all of our brokenness, there is holiness. May it give us strength to rewrite our own tablets as we move together towards a better future. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be so. I have quite a few announcements this week. It is the time of year for lots of announcements. First, I hope you will join me next week at Shabbat services when we will mark 1 year of living with the COVID pandemic. That's on Friday, March 12th at 6 p.m. on the live stream. And on the 13th, I hope you will join me and Amy Saltstein for Shabbat morning yoga on Zoom, where we will explore the theme, Warriors for Freedom, as we prepare for Passover. Our congregational Seder is going to be on March 27th. That's Saturday at 5 p.m. on Zoom. Your information is in the bulletin. And of course, most importantly, if you would like to order your Passover mitzvah meals, please get your orders in by March 19th. You can send your orders starting now, I believe, but make sure they're in by March 19th. We continue now with our concluding prayers. The Aleinu is found on page 11. Will you please rise?
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latik gedula liyotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, v'gur aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Please be seated. May the day come when all that has divided us will merge, and then compassion will be wedded to power, and then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind, and then both men and women will be gentle, and then both women and men will be strong, and then no person will be subject to another's will. The day foretold by prophets, the day for which we long, the day when all humanity will know that it is but one large family shaped by a common destiny. For that day we hope and dream. And it has been said, the Eternal shall reign over all the earth. On that day, O God, you shall be one, and your name shall be one.
Bayom ha'u, bayom ha'u, yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, u'shmo echad, u'shmo echad.
There are stars whose radiance is visible on earth, though they have long been extinct. There are people whose brilliance continues to light the world, even though they are no longer among the living. Those lights are particularly bright when the night is dark. They light the way for humanity. We think now of those who have lit the way for us and whose legacy shines bright even though they are no longer with us. We remember those we have lost in recent days or weeks, for whom the period of Shiva or Shloshim is being observed. Edith Erman Zanville Feldman, Charles Chuck Helburn, Sandra Schockett, Julia R. Scherzinger, and Lois Leb. We also remember those whose yahrzeit the anniversary of death falls on this Shabbat: Shirley Abrams, Ben Beal, Pauline Benjamin, Marion Bilstein, Mark Bramson, Jenny M. Kalish, Jack Erlin, Thelma Fatt, Richard Friedman, Alex Greenblatt, Abraham Hatner, Frederick H. Heiber, Irene Jaskaluk Heiber, May Block Himmelfarb, Alice K. Hirsch, Seymour Hirsch, Rachel Jacobs, Herman Kraus, Florence Poneman Mirsky, Rose Moore, Beverly F. Neufeld, Sarah Nussbaum, Julie G. Pansky, Louis Powder, Jenny Rogalski, Esther Rosenberg, Walter Rosengarten, Edward Stadler, Bernard S. Truhaft, and Rona Waters. We rise now as one community to sanctify God with the words of Kaddish Atom, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 12. We join together. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei al-maya, Yit barach v'yish tabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh, v'yit hadar v'yit alev v'yit halal shemei dekudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And we say together, Amen. Our closing song is Adon Olam on page 13. Won't you please join with me?
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra, leit nasa v'chefto ואין שני להמשיל לו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו אפקיד רוחי ועת אישן ואירה ואם רוחי גוויתי אדוני לי ולא אירה.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I hope this was a peaceful beginning to your Shabbat and your weekend. Let us join together in Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. And we will join together in Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.